Yeah.
All right. So Hitman, the way, for those of you that are new to the game, Hitman is basically like an assassin's game. You will be given a target and you will try to kill that target. Somebody else will have you. So they will be trying to kill you while you're trying to kill someone else. You don't have each other. We had that issue come up, I think, last time, right, Bobby, one time? We will not have that issue this time. Where remember one of the times people had each other? Yeah. So the sense of the game is that you are going to have a mark on you if you choose to play, and the person that you are after, you will be going after. Now, the last few times we played this, we've had quite a few issues with players demanding new rules be made in the middle of it. And basically people, what Iota just said, right? Hiding in our portal. I don't think it was Riley. Was it Riley hiding?
I think it was
quite
both of
a
us.
few of you do that. I know actually Riley is
A
gung-ho.
lot of people hid in portals.
A lot. So this is what I'm proposing.
Blue.
So this is what I'm proposing for this round. We're going to change the point system. We're going to make it into a point system game, as well as having removing a lot of the rules. The rules made the game not Hitman anymore. It made it not fun. The fact that you could run in your portal and be like, haha, you can't get me. I'm safe in my portal. Okay, well, what fun is that? You know, the idea is, if you think about an assassin, if you have an assassin after you in real life, do you think they're going to obey a sign on your door that says "Do not come in"? No, they're going to go in your door and they're going to shoot you because they're an assassin.
Or going through a window or something.
Or going through a window. Exactly. Assassins are not going to obey a sign. And that's kind of where this game took a turn and became not as fun anymore because people were crying. No. Now, there's a few things. There is one rule I feel needs to stay, and that's no usage of lava. And the reason why is when you lose your stuff, you die in lava, as Dusty did 2 Hitmans ago. You lose your stuff. That's not cool because you guys do work very hard to grind out gear and put enchants on it, things like that. So I do want that rule to stay where no dying in lava. But aside from that, I think we need to let go a lot of these rules. The ones of hiding in your portal, the ones of you're not allowed to go in here or there. The other rule I do feel needs to stay, though, is no assisting each other. So for instance, if I'm not in the game and I say, hey, Ben, come to my base, I want to show you something. And Ben comes to my base because he knows I'm not in the game, I'm safe. And then a Moodle is like, ha, and jumps out and like slices him and kills him. Not cool. So you guys have to be able to do this on your own. Now you can trick, now Ben could trick a Moodle himself and say like, hey, don't worry, I totally don't have you, but like I made you like a bunch of potions for the game. And a Moodle will be like, wow, cool, that's great. And then go, and then Ben's like, haha, I really have you, throws a slowness potion at her and then kills her.
Turtle Master.
Basically, that is allowed.
Trick your target, not anybody else.
Exactly. So what I'm proposing to you guys, and we're doing this in typical ACO fashion where we make decisions as a group, but what I'm proposing is we definitely leave the no lava rule because of the fact you can lose your good gear. And then 2, no assisting each other. It's funny enough as it is to watch you guys not trust each other for 2 weeks, but not being able to trust other people that are playing too. Also, we will also keep the no Hitman stops at events. So for some reason we have an event at that time, like a birthday party or player of the month or something, just know during that time, Hitman's off. So you can actually, stand right next to your target and it's totally fine. We will make a point of saying, like we did last round, we'll make a point of saying, all right, event's over. You have 30 seconds before Hitman's back on. It gives you guys a chance to run like rats.
Sort of on the subject of that, what does for if we're building for like an event, how does that come into play? So if someone's building a birthday cake for someone, and
so
if you're on
a build team, so for instance, if you are on the build team, that will be considered an event. So if you're on in that particular portal working, then that particular portal is off limit. Yeah. And you guys, most of you know where the event portal is now. It's in my base. So my portal, I'm not playing, so my portal room will be off limits.
Yeah.
But everyone
just hear an echo.
But everyone who's playing the game, their portal basically becomes like a PvP free for all.
It is, exactly. And that's a chance you take if you play the game. So, I mean, you can't destroy...
Can you hear an echo? and blue.
Yes,
When we
Yes,
passed,
it's coming from AF. It looks. Wait.
No, Abby.
Hey guys, I'm
Blue.
listening, by the way.
blue.
Oh, hold on.
Abby, I
No,
think it's
DJ.
coming from you.
Yeah.
Hey guys,
GG.
I'm
Hey,
listening, by the way.
Okay.
You know, DJ.
So
We're good.
okay. So now this is where it came into play last game was we should do a point system. We had Riley, I think, had 5 kills, and I think at the time who Ragnar had 5 kills. When those two fought, because they ended up I think Riley had Ragnar or Ragnar had Riley. Their battle lasted almost like 25
No, I
minutes.
had Ragnar.
Oh, you had Ragnar. Riley had. Okay. However it was, I think
Yeah.
Ragnar had Riley then. So, however it worked, those two when they finally ended up having to fight, they went through almost an entire inventory of potions and apples, and it was the most epic, drawn out, amazing fight I think I've ever
Really?
seen. Oh, it was
Wait, Did
spectacular.
that really happen?
It really happened. I said it happened. It happened.
Wow.
blue.
Okay.
And then I
Wow.
So here's what happened. So we had this amazing fight, right? And that was for 3rd place. So Ragnar won. Ragnar got so that all that was left was Ben and Ragnar.
and George.
Ragnar and George. Ragnar mistakenly went AFK for like 5 minutes. Ben came in and killed him, and he was dead. So he had killed 5 people. He had 6, including Riley. He had made it this far, and then he died. Something so simple. Rule number 1, and Hitman, do not go AFK. Actually sign out if you're going to be gone.
Yeah.
So that was Ragnar's bad for doing that, but at the same time, it kind of made you say, okay, so someone who had 6 kills lost, but someone like Ben who had 1 kill won. So this is where AF and I and then Joey had mentioned too is we need to have some kind of point system where you get
a point system.
I thought I know AF
I
mentioned a point
mentioned
system.
2 separate awards, one for MVP, which would have been Ragnar, and one for Last Man Standing, which would have been Ben.
Okay, so this is why we're having the meeting to propose it. So how we can do it on a point system where you can win by not winning, or we can do it like something like Joey said, where we have someone who, is going to be the last man standing, even if they hide the entire time. And then at the end, someone else might get the award for having the most kills or having the most whatever. So if we do a point system, go ahead.
Sorry, I was just going to say my suggestion when we very first started talking about points was, let's say somebody gets 2 kills, that would be 2 points each. You'd have 4. Somebody else gets 1 kill, they get 2 points. You know what I mean? So if they get the win, they get 3 points, so they win with 5 points, even though the person got 2. You have to
But it's
consider
not
them.
last man standing anymore.
It's not last man standing. So we have to do the math. Like you can't just throw out numbers. We have to really sort of balance the math on this and try and figure out who deserves to win. If you get 3 kills and somebody else gets 1.
But if you AFK, let's say like Ragnar should not have AFK. He did. He got killed. So is it a game about strategy, or is it a game about who gets the most kills? This is where you kind of
When
I
you
don't know.
suggest these things, you have to put some thought into it instead of just blurting out, let's just do this. This is what we're trying to say. It's a little bit more complicated than it has been in the past. We're trying to keep it simple, but make it fair.
Yeah. I don't know. I personally, I think I kind of like leaning towards Abby's idea where we have 2 separate awards, because in the end, Hitman is about, in real life, the winner is the person that's still alive. An assassin, you don't get awarded when you're dead. But at the same time, I feel like the person who legit, has the most kills and did the most fighting and made the most potions and really had the best gameplay should be awarded somehow. So I'm kind of torn on which way to go. But we're bringing it to you guys. So what do you guys think?
How about we ask a vote for what do we want Hitman to be? Do we want it to be a game where it is last man standing, or do we want it to be a game where kills count the most?
Or both.
Or both. Your suggestion actually did both.
I would go for both.
Yeah, I like.
Yeah, I would support both too.
So in the voice channel guys or actually in game, either one, can you guys vote which way you want? We can go points, we can go regular, or we can just do the both. Or both would be both. Yeah, both would be okay.
Both would be both.
Yeah.
Yes, both would be both.
And whatever we decide, if we decide that it's not great, we can have this meeting again before the next one make adjustments. So,
Yeah. Well, every game is that. Every
Yeah.
time we
Every-
play, we make more and more adjustments until we get it right. And it's not getting it right or getting it wrong. I think last time's big issue came down to people running in their portals, and I mean, a mod killer, didn't you even close off your entire portal hallway at one point?
Well, the thing is, my portal hallway was completely griefed towards the end of it, almost.
Yeah, well, and that's part of the game, guys. That's part, if you choose to play, just know that's part of the game. Now, what I'm recommending is, same as last time, carry a shulker with you. If you kill someone and they die, put their stuff in that shulker and leave it there for them. Because like Ragnar was AFK. So if you do kill someone, their stuff, they may have been far away and don't have a way to get back there easily. Keep a shulker on you at all times when you play. And actually, that's a great, because then if you die, your shulker, they can just use your own shulker. So
Yeah, so I mean, I carried chest.
oh,
around
and
my
don't
cabinet.
kill people next to portals. That's the other bad thing, because
Portal
it's
will eat
equivalent
your
to
items.
lava, because you lose your stuff. So try your best. I think last time we had like a 5-block radius of portals, no hitting someone and that was another thing. People were camping at portals. So no camping at a portal. Give them at least 5 blocks to get away from their
Is
portal.
this a 5-block rate? Is this like a 5-block diagonal from the portal block? Like,
Just wait till they get far enough away.
Just wait,
Sonny, you like
exactly.
that,
Let's not
don't you?
let's not complicate this, because last game literally was just nothing but frustration for me, with everyone whining and complaining about rules.
Yeah.
People didn't want the rules. Other people said they wouldn't play unless there were rules. Like, it really, the game got completely overthought, and we need to not do that. So let's just scrap
Also
it down.
going back to helping other players with the portal stuff. Last time we saw people messaging other people saying they're coming through their portal right now, giving somebody else a hint where somebody else was because they knew they were a target. You can't help other people that way either.
Okay,
Like,
and
if you're
I
at a
didn't
base
even
with-
know that, or I would have actually disqualified that person immediately.
Right,
Honestly, because
so
that's against one of the core rules.
You can't be giving other players hints as to where their target is or where they're going to be. Or
Yeah,
going to,
I didn't even see that, or I would not. I honestly would have. I would have taken them out of the game. I didn't see
Yeah.
that.
So you will be disqualified.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the 2 rules that has to stick, is
Has to.
no helping
Yeah.
each other, and then stay away from portals and lava. Aside from that, what do you guys think as far as rules go? Do you want to?
I have one other. Sorry. I
Yeah,
have
I've
one
got
other-
something I want to say as well.
Adding on to what was just said about the hiding in portals is hiding offline. If you are not on for like 3 days in a row or whatever, your assassin can't get you. It's not fair.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I was going to bring that up when it got to the commitment side of the game.
All right. Well, we can do it then. I'm just saying hiding.
Well, you have to play. If you're not, I'll talk about that when we get to the commitment side of those that want to commit to play.
Sounds good.
So with it, can I just say, so in terms of, so if someone's not playing, obviously they can't tell some,
Right.
but can they like provide armor and gear for them all?
Yes.
Like that?
Yeah, absolutely. And you guys, this
Okay.
is a great time to get your shop stocked up,
I'll
because
start up my armory.
yeah, I remember last time we played, Dusty had like a whole system going for potions. Remember, Dusty? You were so focused on potions. So yeah, you guys take advantage of this and sell your stuff, sell potions. Slowness potion and regen potions are big.
I will sell honey.
Yeah, golden apples, golden carrots, things like that. Make them up. And we're going to give you guys a few weeks before we start it, so that you'll have time to prepare.
Starts tomorrow.
No, it does not start tomorrow. We'll give you guys a few weeks to get prepared, because you will want to
Okay.
grind out and have good gear. So, but
Here's,
just
here's
know.
the
Yeah, thanks for the heads up.
Okay,
here's
you're
the only
welcome.
issue.
What's up?
As far as a player shop, and I've already decided because we are getting the new mall.
Mhm.
I've pretty much decided that the player shop at the players shops area, at least mine, is going to get torn down.
Okay,
So
well,
I can't use it. So I'll just have to set up a special shop.
you don't need to tear yours down yet. I wouldn't tear yours down until the mall's completed, and that's going to be months from now. So, it'll probably, I'll announce a date here soon. It'll probably be in the next 2 to 3 weeks. We'll get started.
Okay, so can I just ask one thing about rule wise?
Yeah.
Because I'm not
Because you're what?
ban people from fighting at my base because of all the villagers I've got, and I don't want them to get killed.
My suggestion is stay away from your base while you're playing.
Yeah.
But no. What I mean is, I'm not going to be playing. If
Oh,
people
okay.
end up fighting at my
Okay, well, they have no reason to be at your base fighting.
Unless
So
you're
if you're
there.
not playing, you don't have, so like for instance, me, I'm not playing, so why would there be a battle in my base?
No,
Like,
but what I mean is, if Buddy has come over to my base
and then Abby comes
and
over
they start
you-
fighting at my base,
you just have the right to
Yeah.
say, get out of my base right
Yeah.
now, like, and they have to move
okay, that's
along.
fine.
So
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah,
I just wanted to check that.
if you play, your base rules no longer apply. If you're not playing, then your base rules stand.
exactly. Yeah.
Okay, that's
exactly.
fine. That's
So
what I
if
wanted
you
to
choose to
check.
play, your signs are out the door for while you're playing Hitman.
Yeah.
Just so you know that. Yeah. Now, if I'm not playing and your sign says nobody enter at all, and then I'm not playing, I can't enter. I'm not part of the game. So your sign will stand for the people that are not playing, but for those in the actual game of Hitman, you will know. And we're not going to post a list. You're not going to know who is going to be there.
And
So
playing.
but you have to assume who is and who isn't playing.
Yeah.
say
No
if,
asking.
say if someone is in the game and their builds actually do get griefed, will admins do rollbacks of that or no?
We'll fix. Well, we won't fix it. Like, I'm not going to roll it back, but as a community, we will make sure it gets fixed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, this has something to roll back per se, but like, things like your note block songs, that's completely off limits because those are event builds.
Yeah.
So things like that. If you are playing and something in your personal base gets destroyed while you are fighting your person, that's part of the game. So if a
Okay.
block gets broke here and there, unfortunately, that's just how it is. So
It's the risk you take.
I have a
it's a risk you
question.
take. And you do, and really quick, just to say, we may have the no lava rule and we may have the no, fighting at a portal rule. You still chance losing your stuff. So if that happens, you can't come back and say, well, I didn't know I was going to lose my stuff. And it's part of the game. Assume worst case scenario is you're going to die. You will die.
Yeah.
Unless you win. And the second thing is you might lose all your stuff. That's just part of the game. We're putting in the only rule we're really having regarding this is to help protect you from losing your stuff, but it's not a guarantee.
It's part of being part of the game and part of being the older kids server. We're all older
Yeah.
and we can take on that responsibility.
I
right?
want to bring this up because
We're all
Modkiller
big
keep-
kids.
Okay, I want to bring this up really quickly to get it out of the way because Modkiller keeps bringing it up. What is it about end crystals you guys don't like?
In crystals, don't they do a lot of
Because
damage
they-
though?
Yes, they
Or
are
is damage
deadly.
turned off? I can't
The
remember.
thing with end crystals is I can be behind a wall, take no damage, and when I'm behind a wall, when I'm behind a certain amount of blocks, and take no damage. I can still place it if I'm at a certain position, so I can.
I can't remember. Are end crystal damage turned off or on? Do you know, AF?
I think the damage is still on, but I think
I was just-
you can only place it on obsidian and bedrock, right? So it's very
Obsidian,
limited
yeah.
where you can place that.
Yeah, but I remember TK was
South
running
Lamb.
around placing them all
Right.
over the place with.
I think the
obsidian.
dangers with it was that it is an explosion and can destroy your stuff.
Hmm.
Yeah, it can. And not only that, for instance, let's say Mod, your target's, I'm just going to say Ben X, and you go into Ben X's and you place these traps, which traps are allowed, by the way. You risk doing a ton of damage to his area, and you would be the one responsible for fixing it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that to someone's base.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say I'm not gonna participate.
I mean, if I would find like someone out,
I'm not gonna have anyone set up landmines at my base.
Would I be
Yeah.
allowed to like crystal him?
What's that?
Would I be allowed to crystal ban if I found him in the wilderness or whatever?
I don't know.
Example, because I'm not.
So
playing.
TNT is going to do a lot of damage, and you're going to really mess up terrain by trying to kill someone with TNT or end crystals. Either one, you're going to do a lot of damage.
Well, I know one bloody ass thing. If anything in my treehouse gets destroyed, any of my farms or anything, someone's going to pay with their life.
Well, then I would probably. You might not want to play the game then, because
Or not be at that base.
or not be at that base. That's the other option. Is
Well, I mean, I can always block off my portal.
No,
and
you can
nobody-
not.
No, he
Not
means
if you're
he can
playing the
block
game.
off
You
that.
can't.
No,
Yeah.
I'm talking about blocking off the treehouse portal. I do it for multiple portals. I can just block it off and leave other portals open.
Are you planning on playing the
As
game?
long as I don't go to the treehouse. Yeah, I'm thinking about playing.
Okay, if you play the game and you're in your treehouse portal, whether you block it off or not, people can come in. That's what we're trying to say. So it's
basically, your rules will be out the
basically
window.
no rule exactly while you're playing the game. Now I can't go in it because I'm not playing. But let's say Dan is your target, or let's say you're Dan's target, and you go in your treehouse portal. He can follow you in, even if you put the gate up. It doesn't matter. He can follow you in. So that's why we said if you're going to do that, either don't go into that portal while you're playing the game until you die or you kill whoever, or the other option is just know if someone does, let's say Dan is killing you, and in the battle he ends up, breaking 3 blocks. Just know he has to fix those.
Well, here's the other thing. If I don't go through my treehouse portal, people will still go in there.
Looking for you, maybe, but they
might go
be
looking
doing
for
random
you.
damage.
Yeah, but only the people, only your target can. So it's not
Yeah,
people's.
so
It's
one
just
person will.
It's just the one. So it would be only Dan. Or if you don't want to stand, for example, Abby. Let's say Abby has you as a target. Abby might go in and look to see if you're there. And if you're there, standing in front of a chest, just standing there.
Because I accidentally pushed my headphone cable out.
All I said was, if let's say it's Abby. Abby is your assassin. Then Abby could go in while you're there standing in front of a chest and kill you. He could. But only Abby. Dan can't go in.
I
Ben can't go in.
understand. But
I can't go in. Only Abby could come in. And Abby knows if he does any damage, he has to fix it.
Also,
Here,
also
I have a question.
Hold on, TJ. Let's remember that there's a difference between going in there to fight and griefing. If they just go into your portal and start breaking stuff, that's griefing. That's not...
and I don't know anyone on the server that would do that. So.
No, so
well,
they're not.
I'm just going to say this. I'm just going to say this. I have trust issues with certain individuals on this server. I ain't going to say who, and that's why I don't know, for those of you that may not have noticed, I updated the rules on my portal room so that no one except one person can come into my portal room. But
and that's if you have a concern. If you have a concern, you can always ask an admin to check things to see who went in and out of things. I know you have your gates up, so I can check and see who exactly broke it and replaced it. It shows me all the history. So just know that's always, but as long as it's, let's say it's again Abby, that's okay for Hitman. Once Hitman's over, Abby can no longer do it. It's only during Hitman.
Can I ask something?
Yes.
Can you defend yourself?
Of course you can. You have to. That's the game.
Yeah, just let them roll over and kill.
I'm probably going to defend myself.
I hope so.
Much.
That's part of the
You
fun.
just roll over and let them kill you.
Yeah.
It's if you just let someone kill you, then that's not any fun at all. The fun part is watching the plan. Yeah, or watching the fights.
Okay, here's my question. Say if Abby was coming to kill me and instead I killed him. What do I do? I just put his stuff in a shulker, and what do I do with the shulker?
You just put his stuff in a shulker and say, haha, good try.
and
it's done.
And then you know who's targeting you, and you know what to watch for.
Yeah, but what you won't know is So now here for those of you that are wondering, okay, so let's say that we'll just stick with the Abby. So Abby has Hope, okay, and Hope has Ben X. So when Abby does kill Hope, he now has Ben X. That's how it works. So you take on the target that your target had.
Me.
But if you fail to kill your target, then you just have to try again. But now they're ready for you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, because they still have the same target. They're not out if they fail. So for instance, if Abby goes to kill Hope and Hope turns around and is like, ha, not today, and kills him, then Abby, goes back to his portal with his tail between his legs and he re-gears up and tries again. So
Dude, what about camping in another hub, like in the middle of it, since
well, that's where you guys are all the time anyway. So you can do that's not camping. That's just you guys being in the no. Yeah, exactly. So
Blue, Abby has a question he needs answered.
What's up? Oh, he said never mind. Just
You literally just answered that. I was going to ask if it was if we were still keeping with the same rules last time, where basically if you are if you are not the target, if you're targeting the target, and if they kill you, you can still go back and retry, right?
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Because you're not out. You just died in the process of trying to kill your target.
You're only out when your assassin kills you.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna get going. So see y'all later.
All right. See ya.
Bye, Obi.
Bye, example.
I'm so Hope because I know Hope just is gonna kill
Anyone else have any very specific questions to Hitman?
I'm going to assume combat logging is not allowed. Because if it is, I'm
What
going to
is-
be very sad.
I know we.
Combat logging?
Means
Yeah,
log
log
out
out.
if you're in a fight, so you don't
Oh,
die.
yes. Okay, so that, and I'll talk about that really quick with as far as participation goes. So for participation, you have to play. Now, I know some of you are not daily players. That's okay, but you have to play. You have to at least be on server for 30 minutes at least every 3 days. You need to do that. I'm going to try to match you guys up in a way that at least is somewhat time zone friendly.
Oh god,
Yeah,
that
that's
worked
probably
well
a
for
good
me
idea.
last time.
But as the game
That
proceeds,
will be working well for me.
Yeah,
well,
that would
Okay,
be
Dan,
guys.
you're on
Okay,
all
guys.
the time anyway.
Let her
So-
finish.
Pretty
Let her
much.
finish.
So as the game progresses, it's going to get a little bit harder to do that because all your, we can't stay in clumps like that forever. So as it gets on now, as you progress into the game, if you commit to playing, you need to make sure that you're on server. If you do not, you will just be removed. The last time I think we said a week. I'm going 3 days this time.
3 days.
Three.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's not fair when you're sitting there all excited to fight and then your person never signs on. So
Yeah.
you need to commit. If you're going to play. And if that's your strategy, don't play because nobody wants that.
We will also know, by the way, like if let's going back to the same example. Obby has Hope, and Obby tries and fails. Hope kills him. Now Hope knows. So if we see Hope purposely not signing on anytime he sees that Obby's on because he knows that Obby is going to try and kill him, and we know you would usually be on at those times, then there's something wrong. And that's just not okay. You have to sign on when you're going to be signing on and stuff and play the game.
Yeah.
You can't just not show up.
And you
because
guys we're ACO. We have deaths.
Yeah.
It's not a big deal.
it's for fun.
Not a big
I've only
deal.
had many
If you're
deaths.
afraid of dying, do not play this game. Don't play
Yeah.
the game if you're afraid of dying. Don't
Don't
play
play
the game if you're
Minecraft.
afraid of PvP. It's because what you're going to end up doing is exactly that. You're not going to be signing on. You're going to be staying far away from things, and that's not the fun of the game.
And then
The fun of the
rules
game
get
is-
added, and
Mhm.
everything
I'm actually
goes
afraid of
bad,
doing
and-
this.
Well, maybe think about it before you commit. I'm going to
Yeah.
be putting up a sign up here soon, so think about it because you can't be afraid of combat, you can't be afraid of battling, and you can't be afraid of dying because that's all part of
Alright.
Hitman.
All right.
So, all right.
Let's
so
go.
for with also saying, so that's the 3-day rule. DJ, please. So with the 3-day rule, and then the other, what was it we were just saying that I was like, I'm going to tie that into that.
logging off.
Oh,
when
yeah,
they're-
logging off. So yeah, same. If if Obby, every time Obby signs on, Hope logs off, same thing. That's not gonna happen. It's not cool. So because some of you might only have certain times that you can play a day, especially with the time zones. They might only share 30 minutes here and there. So definitely don't see them and log off. And also don't, and this is a little bit harder one to regulate. So I'm just gonna call it once again, our don't be that guy rule. And that's, let's say I'm fighting Dusty right now, or I'm not going to use Dusty as an example. I'll say Obby. If I'm fighting Obby and he's almost dead and he logs off, not cool. Just finish the fight.
I have to agree.
Finish the fight. Yeah, because it really just makes you kind of look like a super sore potential loser. And I'm not calling you a loser. I'm saying loser as in you lost the match. But it is it's not cool. If you do that and we catch it, you will be you'll be disqualified.
Yeah, and we really don't want to have to start going forward saying you're not allowed to play in the next one because of what you did in the last one.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't
So
do that to us, please.
and for those of you that have on the mod that shows health, you have to turn it off for Hitman.
Also mini maps which show where players are around you and stuff like that. Please turn off other player indicators. Like try to be fair about this, okay?
Yeah, exactly. And this is this is an honor system game. You guys, obviously, we don't know what mods you have loaded, but if we can tell because you're tracking someone that you shouldn't be able to track, and we can see this, and we're in spectator mode, and we're watching you guys do this, it's not going to look very good for you. So. Turn off the map while you're playing. When the game's over, you're out. Turn it back on. No big deal.
I have to agree with that.
Thanks, Martin.
I do not have a mini map, so I'm good.
Yeah, and it's not just Minimap. There was an app I know Hope was looking at that showed health, or maybe it was
I don't have that
Hope,
either.
Hope or Dusty.
If you don't
Yeah,
have
so
it,
if you
you don't
can
need to
see-
speak up. We know.
If you can see that the person is low on health, that's a huge advantage to you. If Riley and Ragnar had that map back in the day, oh my gosh, they would have been a totally different fight, not a fair
Oh.
fight. So
Uh,
definitely make sure you
back in
have
the
that turned off.
Blue, the mod I was talking about, I know exactly what mod you're talking about. Toro Craft's damage indicator, I think.
Yes,
It shows
that-
the health.
Yep, that has to be turned off. Yep. No mods on for that, or at least no mods that would show those two things: the map and then other players' health. Players or animals. All right. Any other questions specifically for Hitman?
Nope.
Oh,
Okay.
Any work?
Guys, let Dusty talk.
Go ahead, Dusty.
I know we talked about this already, but I just want to confirm this. TNT and end crystals allowed or not?
Let AF and I talk about that, and we will
Okay.
just announce that when
Okay.
we'll just announce it when we do the sign up. So if I had to say, my gut's gonna say no, but let us talk about it. So
Okay.
yeah, and it's not so much because Sea Turtle says please no TNT. A lot of it isn't even because of the fact that you're going to die. It's because of the fact that you can lose your items and the amount of damage it's going to do. Let's say it happens where someone has an item frame and it has something named in there. That's not easily replaced. That's not something that
And say, what if a player
been
also
as a gift.
decides to have a base specifically that's like that they actually allow that where basically anything goes in, even TNT?
Nope. Where it's going to be uniform rules straight across. It's not going to be per base or anything like that. So if we say no explosives, then it's no explosives. You guys can kill each other a million other ways besides explosives. So and this is a game of strategy. We've seen some pretty cool strategies in the past with people walking into traps, falling to their death, making it look like they can go here and then boom, they die and they laugh. You have to laugh because you're like, oh, okay, I deserve that. I saw that. I didn't see it coming, So this is a strategy game. If you're just going to run around and, with swords and do a mass, trying to kill each other, it's not fun. It's a game of strategy. So you have to try to figure out how to lure your person out, how to get them to trust you and make them think you're not their target, things like that. So
Blue, I have a question.
yes.
You know how when we updated how I did the firework launcher at you? I know it doesn't work at spawn, but does it work outside of spawn still?
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
I'm pretty sure the only reason it was a concern is people could use it at spawn, but I'm pretty sure it can be allowed in
I used it at spawn. This is a demonstration.
I know that damage got turned off at spawn, but I don't think it's turned off. I think it's only turned off at spawn.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
and as long as it doesn't cause, the person just dies. It doesn't make them lose items. So that should be fine.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. I got a couple quick questions here.
Okay.
And I already forgot the second one.
Perfect. Let's go to 1 and 3 then.
Let's okay, so
couple is 2, Blue.
the first question is /spawn allowed?
Yeah, well, you only get one every 6 hours, but yeah, that works. The person can follow you. If you just disappear in front of them, they're going to know you did /spawn. There's no other way around it. So it's the only command you have. So if they choose to follow you, that's up to them.
Now the second question, I happen just now remembered it. No AFKing at spawn, correct? Because you don't take damage at spawn. Like you can't just hang out at spawn.
Oh, in that case,
actually, it'd probably be the one place you can AFK, but you're gonna get kicked after 15 minutes. So.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing, you can't kill people at spawn.
Right. So let's say you have to run to the bathroom really quick, but you don't want to completely log out. You could go to spawn and run to the bathroom or something. It's the one safe place you have. So
just don't stay there for the whole bloody game.
Right.
No,
That'd be the same as never logging in.
Exactly, that's the same as never logging. So I mean, again, it's okay and for a few minutes here and there if you need to go to spawn or if you need a second to heal, it's a great spot to do that. So if you have if you're running and there's the spawn portal, you can run through it and try to heal up really quick. They'll follow you and they'll follow you around, but it's kind of like maybe you can think of it as like a home base where you have like a minute or two to kind of breathe for a second, but just don't abuse it. Again, it's going to be going down to that whole don't be that guy rule,
Don't be a rich.
Everybody will call you out on it.
Blue.
Yes.
What about since I know like the iron farms and all that, are those fair play? Public portals?
Yeah, anywhere is fair play. Just know whatever damage you do during the fight, you have to fix it. That's going to be So that's only fair.
if you choose to be part of Hitman and you go and AFK at a farm, you deserve to die.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't AFK during Hitman. Just don't. Ragnar lost literally over that, and he wasn't even. He just literally. I think he went to the bathroom or something. He was in his own base standing.
Yeah, I happened to fit the 5 minutes he went AFK.
Yeah, legit. The entire and this went on for weeks, and the 5 minutes he sat just happened to be the right moment. So
because I asked, didn't I? Is it okay?
Yeah, you did, and then boom, he died. So, and that was the rule, and it's the rule. It's still today is the rule. If you AFK, you can be killed. So don't do it. I don't care if you have to just like legit answer the phone, sign out, sign back in. Yeah, because I don't want to hear complaining. I was just gone for a minute. Well, you died. So. Yep. All right. Yeah, or go to spawn. Exactly. Go to spawn.
It's literally called Hitman. It's assassins. Don't.
Yeah, and that's what I was trying to really emphasize last game was everyone was crying and complaining about little things, and it's like, guys, an assassin's not going to be like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see your portal sign. Let me turn around and go home. I'll wait for you to come out.
Take a moment if you're AFK.
It's assassins, guys.
They don't follow rules.
Why are you trying to kill me? It's assassins. It's Hitman. That's why. So, but I'll tell you, some of the hardest I've ever laughed at ACO was during Hitman. So it's pretty funny.
Really?
Oh, it's hysterical to watch everyone like being afraid to even be around each other is the funniest thing.
It's even more fun as the admins when we're watching console. You can actually see people like whether we're in game or just watching the text. You can see people suspicious of each other.
Yeah. Oh, it's funny. It's like, does someone have some fireworks I can have? Sure, drop them off in the middle. Just drop them on the ground in the middle of the nether hub, and I'll be there to get them. And they literally will wait until the person leaves. Nobody trusts anybody. It's pretty fun. So
I'm not gonna trust anybody.
Nope, you don't during Hitman if you're playing. So all right, so let's wrap this up. So what we'll do is it looked like majority, I think everyone pretty much voted for both. So we will come up with a point system for awarding someone what we'll call probably like the MVP of it, and then there will be a last man standing, because in the end that's what it is. And maybe your strategy is to not have to kill anyone. So, and you should be able to have that strategy. So we'll definitely we'll award it both ways. And then, so you guys think about it. Make sure if you play that you want to commit. And then here in the next day or two, I'll go ahead and put up when we're going to get started, and then we'll have signups. And we'll plan to start probably about 2 to 3 weeks from now. What do we do? What about during Wither fights? Nope, Wither fights an event. So events don't count. Yeah. Yep. Wither fights are good. You're good. All right. Any other questions before we move on to the community shops? Nope. Okay. So
events thing. If you're on the build team and you're helping to build a birthday area or an event area or whatever, you should still be playing the game, right? Like you shouldn't be logging out and AFKing and staying at your build like for 2 weeks while you're building it. You should still be at your base. You should still be playing and stuff if you're intending to be part of Hitman. Right. Like, you know what I mean? Like if you're part of the build team and you're building, then it's off limits. You can't be killed there, but you can't use that as a crutch and say I'll never die in Hitman because I'm just going to be constantly building at this event.
Right. Yeah. Well, most everyone that works on events anyway. And I think in March we only have 2, and I think we're only doing 1 build, so we should be fine. So
yeah.
Yep. All right, guys. Well, let's transition this the community shops area. So, are you combining these videos, Dusty, or did you want to split it?
No, I just split it.
Okay, go ahead and do your outro.
This is Dusty Circuit here. Thank you for watching. Remember to rate, comment, like, and subscribe, and stay tuned for my next videos. Bye.
Bye. See you, YouTube.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, YouTube.
Bye-bye.
Happy Thanksgiving.